Hello out there in cryptocurrency land. Welcome back to Real Crypto. Thank you for joining me again. So I'm doing a follow-up video here, noticing something on the Bitcoin chart that only really came up with last night's action, and I just noticed it a little bit earlier today. Um, if you notice what I have on my chart here is a little different than what I've had before. This is the daily chart. I'm on the GDAX right now. And what we have here is an actual bull flag in Bitcoin. Okay. Now, there's been a lot of talk. Someone mentioned about a bear flag in Bitcoin, and apparently the bear flag that they see is this bear flag. To be quite frank with you, it doesn't really appear to be like it's a valid bear flag in my opinion. Okay, it just doesn't look like a valid bear flag. I'm going to say that right off the bat. Um, that's my opinion. Take that for what it is. If you think I'm wrong, then that's fine. It doesn't look valid to me, to be quite frank with you. Doesn't mean it's not valid. It just doesn't look valid to me. The proportions are out of whack. There's not enough action in this flag to really. Typically in a flag, you want the choppy action. You want it to work. You want it to work the flag in both directions. You don't see that. It's like a straight up shot up the middle. That's more of a trend than it is a continuation pattern. Okay, so here's a trend, right? It's a very clear upward trend, and then we have a declining flag. Now, something about this flag that's interesting is you have many trend lines and many signals right here setting up for this to blow through the upside. Okay, that's really what I see when I'm looking at this bull flag pattern. You've got the bull flag trend line right here. You have the 50-day moving average right here, right sandwiched in between this longer term trend line here and the shorter term trend line here, the bull flag. I've never quite seen anything like sandwiched so perfectly. It's pretty interesting. And that's what I'm seeing here. Now, we're also above the 200-day moving average, which is a bullish sign, And on the bear case, you're still really down far in the pattern. You still have yet to clear this level of resistance, okay? Also, your volume, you still have kind of higher red candle volumes here, to be quite frank with you. Even this green candle is selling, so all of this is red up here. So all three of these candles are red. Those are three negative signals. All right, so three negative signals. A positive signal, this most recent candle yesterday was a higher green candle on higher volume. So that's a bullish signal. But there's a bullish case here, ladies and gentlemen, and there's a bearish case here. Which one's going to play out? I don't know. The market is a lot smarter than I am. So instead of, you know, having me tell you what's going to play out, do what you should do and listen to the market, okay? If we start moving up and out of this flag on high volume, then pay attention and get ready to buy. If you don't buy immediately, that definitely could mean that we head higher. We don't have too many more levels to break before we're over this trend line. That being said, if we do break up and reverse, kind of like we did here, if you look at this candle here, the green volume was pretty high comparatively. It was actually the highest volume since right after the 6,000 bottom. And this was a topping candle. Okay, this was a topping candle. We're going to need something equally tall, more than likely, to break this to the upside and sustain some kind of a move here. Okay, sustain some kind of a move. If we don't get that, or if we get another big volume reversal, let's go back down to the 2-hour chart. So this is that high. Look at this huge volume reversal. That's why I say most of that was selling, and that's because it was. A lot of this was selling. It took you down to the downside fairly quickly at an extremely high volume that caused this entire washout to the downside. Basically gave you like $1,500 worth of downside here. We want to see preferably something similar, and it doesn't have to be two spikes on the 2-hour chart like you're seeing here. It could be more of a sustained effort like we're seeing here. It could be, a break to the upside with pretty high volume and then a couple subsequent high volume bars. But there is always a possibility of a move like this happening where we snap back down if we get the breakout. Now, so far on this 2-hour chart, it looks like we're setting up to do that. We have kind of a cup and a handle, although I hate to say that it's not really a viable, it's not viable. It's not technically a cup with handle. We do not have a prior uptrend, but it is nonetheless a reversal, and a consolidation. Okay, so we have a high, we came lower, we're all the way back to the high, and we're resting. All right, so this is kind of like a bull flag up here, if you will. You can call this a cup with handle. Um, I'm not going to argue with you if you want to call it that, but technically it's not. All right, technically this is your cup with handle because you have a prior uptrend here. Okay, so just keeping that in mind there. But either way, we have declining volume. Ever since we popped up here, volume's been declining and price has been steadily increasing. Price has been, we kind of have higher lows here and higher highs. So price has kind of been increasing here. We can possibly get a shakeout before we continue higher, but so far the action has been pretty good to the upside here. Like I said, here's the break of the bull flag. Here's the break of the long-term trend. Guys, they're lining up so perfectly. It's just sometimes when you get all these signals lining up together, it means one thing and you can't overthink it. All I gotta say is you can't overthink it. At the same time, if we reverse, you have to pay attention to that too. Okay? The market is choppy, and I actually posted something earlier on Twitter that I've been thinking about all day long. We're talking about Bitcoin going up to 18,000, possibly out of this inverted head and shoulders pattern here. If you take a measured move actually from the low to this high and extrapolate it up, it's about 15,000. It's about Bitcoin 15,000. And what I was saying is that between here and 20,000, before we hit highs, we have 10,000 points of resistance going upward. And that still holds true going to 15,000. We have 5,000 points of resistance going up here to 15,000. It can be a pretty big fight, ladies and gentlemen. It could be a fight getting up there, but you just kind of have to go with the market that you're given. You can't trade the market that you want. You have to trade what's in front of you. And what's in front of you now, at least in my opinion, from my perspective, is that we have several bullish signals with some bearish undertones, if you will. Okay? Now, overall, we're still in the bear market. We haven't necessarily broken this trend yet. If we get a nice clear break of these three levels right here, then I definitely think we could have a big reversal in trend. We could have a big reversal in trend into an uptrend. Okay? Even overall, possibly out of the bear market. Possibly even completely out of the bear market. And that's the first time I've said that. I haven't said that before. So with this nice little base being put in, this is giving a very good case for the end of the bear market. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. Could be the end of the bear market. Could be the start of a new bull cycle. And we'll have to see where we go from there. Do we get confirmation out of here, or is it a weak bounce? Weak bounce would be bad. That would not be confirmation in my mind of a reversal out of the bear market. A weak breakout is not good. You're going to get a shakeout. You're going to get a bull trap like you did here. But either way, the market's going to tell you what to do. I can't tell you what to do. Listen to Bitcoin rather than listen to me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I posted some of these thoughts earlier on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, hit me up at Real Crypto Trade. You can follow me there. And got about 1,100 followers. I really think a lot of you guys should get on more. You guys seem to be posting some comments that I do answer in Twitter in real time based on some of your concerns. Even before you guys ask the question, I do sometimes. So hit me up on there. You guys will enjoy the resource, if nothing else. All right, guys, there you go. There's my thoughts on Bitcoin, my most recent update there. Looks like we could be heading higher. We don't have confirmation. You've got to wait for the breakout. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining with me, and I will see you next time.